Hey guys, it's Albert from Betheme Group. In this tutorial, I would like to show you our newest feature, CSS Variables and Live CSS, we've added in latest 2008.1.5 version. Thanks to this feature, you can create own custom variables, and later, if you decide to change, for example, color or padding, you can do this in one place and it will be changed everywhere this variable was set. Okay, so let's not waste the time on this introduction and let's jump to my screen. In this tutorial, I will walk you through how to use Live CSS and CSS variables inside BeBuilder using the Paint Store demo homepage as my working example. To begin, make sure you are in developer mode. Then, click the CSS icon in the top bar of BeBuilder to open the Live CSS panel. Before we dive into CSS variables, which is the main focus of this video, let me briefly explain the other two tabs: Global CSS and Current Page CSS. The Global CSS tab is exactly the same as the custom CSS you will find in theme options. The benefit here is that you don't have to leave the builder to access or edit your global CSS. You can do it right here inside the BeBuilder. To make things even smoother, we've added a few handy toolsets, like quick buttons for media, ID or classes. Clicking them will instantly insert the correct declaration, speeding up your workflow. The second tab is Current Page CSS. Unlike Global CSS, anything you write here only applies to the specific page you are currently editing. In my case, that's the homepage. You will also notice a live update toggle on the right. It's enabled by default, which means your changes will be saved automatically. But if for any reason you want to save manually, just turn this off. Now, let's move on to the CSS Variables tab. This is where things get really interesting. You will see a number next to the tab name. In my case, it shows 7, which means I've already created 7 custom variables. So, what are CSS variables? They are entities defined by CSS authors that represent specific values to be reused for a website. Every variable starts with -- followed by a name of your choice. I personally prefixed mine with --mfn, so I know they are custom and part of my own system. I named them clearly so they are easy to find later. But keep in mind, CSS variables are global, meaning they can be used across your entire website. And there is a really important thing. I strongly recommend not to use --mfn in your variable names if you don't want to break layout, as we use this prefix for our variables across Betheme. Let me show you how this works. I've defined 3 variables for border radius: small, medium and huge. Now let's go into one of the wraps where I've used a custom query loop layout for product categories. I want to round the top corners and bottom left corner with 12 pixels and make the bottom right corner 48 pixel. In the first border radius field, top left, I type -- and a drop down with my custom variables appears. I select mfn radius small, and boom, 20 pixels applied. Same for the second corner. For the bottom right, I use mfn radius huge, which equals 48 pixels. And for the last corner, back to small. And just like that, I've quickly applied exactly the styling I want. Now imagine you've used that same mfn radius small variable in hundreds places across your site. If you decide later that 20 pixels isn't right and want to change it to 30 pixels for example, you just update the variable once and every single updates instantly. Pretty cool, right? Let's look at the same logic applied to colors. The 2 sections you see on the screen are both using a variable, mfn background color 1, which is currently a gray. Let's say I want to make them pink instead. No problem, just edit the variable and change the color value to pink. Instantly, both sections update to reflect the new color. Let's now create a brand new variable, mfn red color, and assign it a red value. Now I want the category titles like primers, coatings, etc. to be red. To do that, just edit the heading element, go to the Style tab, remove the current color and replace it with our new variable name. And just like that, the titles now use the red color from the variable. That's it for this tutorial. Using CSS variables and Live CSS panel in BeBuilder, gives you a powerful way to manage design across your entire site, with speed, flexibility, and zero frustration. If you like this video, I encourage you to watch another video where I explain one of the most powerful Betheme features, templates. And as always, thanks for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified every time you release a new video. And if you have more questions, please visit our support center at support.muffinggroup.com.